What's up guys, my name is Trail, better known as Budget Bill, and today Nanci Pelosi and the Democrats have presented a new proposal that could potentially put more big fat stimulus checks in your pocket. We are going to go over this quickly, so let's go ahead and get started. But first, click on the thumbs button down below as it really helps the channel grow. Thank you. Now let's go ahead and jump right into the video. What's up folks, and thanks for sticking around. So today was an interesting day as there has been a new stimulus package proposal that was presented by the Democrats worth $3 trillion. Just when we thought that we wouldn't see any more money given to the American people. Things have changed now. Now this new proposal is called the Health and Economic Recovery Omnibus Emergency Solution Act, or better known as the HEROES Act. I was able to get a copy of this bill, which is 1,800 pages long, because it covers a variety of areas needing support and assistance by the government. Now, before we get started, I wanted to at least mention the different groups that the new stimulus package actually covers. Now, this proposal covers things like the new big fat stimulus checks, funding for the state and local governments, hazard pay for essential workers, funding for the additional Rona testing because we don't have enough testing available, rent and mortgage assistance, the extension to the $600 weekly unemployment expansion, funding for the supplemental nutrition and assistance program, money for small businesses, emergency relief for U.S. Postal Service, and funding for the election safety and voting by mail, because we do have an election coming up soon in November. So as you can see, this bill is pretty extensive, but we are only going to go over the parts that most of my viewers want to actually hear. Now, for starters, they are designating about $1 trillion to help the state and local governments because they have lost a ton of revenue because of this pandemic that has caused havoc around most of Americans. So they are wanting to provide some support for them, and it's going to take up to 1/3 of the total stimulus package that they are presenting. Now, the part that you've been all waiting for is that this proposal is suggesting an additional big fat stimulus check of $1,200 per adult. Now, this is not the same as the previous $1,200 that most of you have already received, but this will be an additional check along with that one. And unlike the CARES Act, it would include more money up to $6,000 per family. In addition, they have also allocated about $200 billion to avert layoffs and offer hazard pay for essential workers. Then they have an additional $175 billion that's been allocated for the housing assistance to help pay for rent and mortgages for those people that have been affected by this pandemic. Then also they have about $75 billion for more virus testing to be available for everyone. And then also for the PPP, or the Payroll Protection Program, that was included in the previous bills, with an additional $10 billion to ensure underserved businesses as well as nonprofit organizations have access to grants through this disaster loan program. Now, the vote for this proposed bill is scheduled for this Friday, so I'm sure a lot of us will be watching closely to see how this actually turns out. The Democrats are really excited about this proposal, and it appears to be getting a lot of support from Republicans so far. But I'm sure a few changes to this bill will need to be made prior to being passed by all parties. But we will keep our fingers crossed in the meantime. Me personally, I think that this bill looks great, other than a few changes that need to be made. But I think this particular proposed bill actually has a high probability or likelihood of actually getting passed, unlike some of the other previous proposals that we've talked about and introduced on this channel. Well, that's all I have for you today. If you're interested in reading the entire bill yourself and all of the 1,800 pages, I have included a link down below so you can check that out. Also, if you found value in this video, definitely give us a like, as it definitely helps out the growth of this channel. Also, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, what are you waiting for? This is a great time to click on the subscribe button and the bell next to it so you can be notified every time I upload new content. Other than that, hey, I appreciate you guys watching, and I hope to see you on the next video. Peace.